Sham Mesechta Ma'aser Sheni Daf Beis Umid Beis. In Nishmas Gitta Bas V'Mel Shchaim Beis Azov V'Gei Shchaim Beis Yitzchak. After Bas Golda for Yerushalmi, the Shchaim Beis Yitzchak for Yerushalmi, Ayavol for Yerushalmi. In Nishmas Yehuda Leib Mordechai Ben Aflaim Yehuda. The Mishnah says at Boisai that a mashkin is not permitted with Ma'aser Sheni Shaloi. You can't make a mashkin with Ma'aser Sheni. Mashkin is Shaloi B'Shas Avosai, means that he made avoy, didn't pay, and then the loiva comes and he wants to take it away, so he gives him, the malva gives him a mashkin, and the malva comes in to take the mashkin, Tosh Beisai. You're not supposed to take it from, you're not supposed to take Ma'aser Sheni as a mashkin. That's Shaloi B'Shas Avosai. It doesn't talk about B'Shas Avosai. Come again the Gemara. The Gemara adds on, Tony, right in the middle of the Omid, Tony, V'loi Maharinan Oisai, V'loi Yitnanu Lechem V'ni Shaloi Chololav. What says Maharinan? Maharinan says that B'Shas Avosai, in other words, the loiva comes to the malva, and he tells the malva, I want a loan from you, and I'll give you collateral. He's not permitted, the loiva is not permitted to take the mashkin, to take the collateral from Ma'aser Sheni. So who's the one who's over here? The loiva. The loiva is taking the Ma'aser Sheni, not supposed to take the Ma'aser Sheni. In the first case, V'loi Mashkinin is the, who's taking the mashkin? The malva is taking the mashkin. What's stated in the Mishnah, if he did it? Tell me what happens if he did it. It's an issue to do it. But this goes on the malva.
If he doesn't take it.
Doesn't take it. He's not allowed to take it. There's an issue on the malva to take. Now the Gemara is adding on, that means Shaloi B'Shas Avosai. So it's coming, Shas Avosai, I'm sorry, it's coming Shas Avosai. Now the loiv is offering it to the malva. It's also not permitted to take it. These are the two things that you learn from the Mishnah, and then you learn here from the Brisa. Similarly, the same case is if somebody comes into a store, he doesn't have money, but he wants to give him a mashkin. For that mashkin, like it's a retainer. You'll give me against this credit against this what I'm giving you. You're not allowed to give him Ma'aser Sheni to use that as credit. Again, it's going on the lekeach, and he's not permitted to do it. Over umashkin, what happens now if he was over and he didn't do according to the halacha? He was over the issa, and he went and the malva took a mashkin. Over hidden, or the loiva went and offered this as a mashkin. And they gave him a mashkin shaloi b'shas avosai. What's going to be the halacha? Interesting Gemara. We don't find in other Gemaras that did it in Issa, Tonish Tokin in Surim. What happened? What's the tashlumim? What's the hamaton of them? There's no tashlumim mominus here. So that's the Ma'aser Sheni. The Ma'aser Sheni is moment gavoy. It's an Issa to do it. What happens if he did this? Yovekado. You should do the following. If somebody eats Ma'aser Sheni Shaloi, Chutz Yerushalayim, he's supposed to take in Yerushalayim. Bein shoygig, bein mezig. Say if he was a shoygig, say he was a mezig. Zok the Gemara, Yitzchak l'shemayim. This is the Sefta. As a bet in the Rabbanu Shalom, is a moicha zayin. So a moicha zayin of that beir, it's not beir, that Yitzchak l'shemayim. That's the tshuva. Yivei, Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. Azay halter Reb Shimon ben Gamliel. Rabbi Yoime, Sevenzach. Shoygig, if he did it by mistake, he didn't know it was Ma'aser Sheni. This says that he ate the Ma'aser Sheni, or he gave a mashkin, or he. It's Rabbi Yoime, Rabbi Zaktasai. If he was a shoygig, Yitzchak l'shemayim. Yadaf, bet in the Rabbanu Shalom that he should be moichel on that beir. Ketana zach was metonish, that bet mechila. When bet mechila, bet in the baroilam. Mezid. If he did it b'meizid, yachzuru domov l'mekoimah. After he gave him this geld l'mekoimah, this meant that he gives back the money to mekoimah. Again, this is talking about now that he ate the Ma'aser Sheni, or that he took the Ma'aser Sheni and he gave it to the Malva as a mashkin. That says hidden, the B'shas Avosai. Or the Malva went and they took it after the Avah was due. He took it as a payment for it. And all these things, we're talking about the Etzem Ma'aser Sheni itself. The Damas HaMachlekes of Shimon Gamliel with Rabbi. Shimon Gamliel says, Rabbi says, Shimon Gamliel says, Rabbi Yoimer Shoigi Yitzchak L'Shamayim, Ezi Yachzer L'Domov. And the Tanna Kama holds that what? Yitzchak L'Shamayim. Say Mezi, say Shoigi. And Rabbi is Mechal Shoigi and Mezi. So in other words, if you did it b'shoigig, it's less of an Aveda. Why is shoigig less than Aveda? Lama zayin do the Pnei Moshe read the size. Once again, one second. Let's go back a little bit. Kate said, "Ein mashkin oisai." It's the sefta shom in the middle of the right side, the column. Tani shom. This is the sefta. Loi marin oisai. Because the farish osim. Kate say marin oisai. What does it mean? Marinon. Marinon means shasa vosa. L'yom hachavei heiluch ma'aser zeh v'yei biyodcha. In other words, the loiva says to the malva, "Do us the 49. I'm giving you in advance." Retain li olav chulin, and now you're going to give me for this Ma'aser Sheni chulin against it, and here you have the security for it, which is the Ma'aser Sheni. The kol shehu b'shas havosai, if it's b'shas havosai, the loiv is offering it. Shenoisim biyodai litin olav mois. He's telling him, here you have the money, which is Ma'aser Sheni. I'm not sorry, Ma'aser Sheni, which is a food for Ma'aser Sheni, actual Ma'aser Sheni. Oike yoytzev zeh nika hirin. It was after the payment was due. Those says a mashkin. That's a big nafka because shaloi b'shas avosai. It's felt this in the Gemara said before on that days and the reason why you can't do it, Dr. Gemara, by Ma'aser Sheni, because it's felt in bracha, shade by bracha. So it's nafka minute because shaloi b'shas avosai is l'chayre. He's giving him the hidden. That's not such a chassan in what you would call it in bracha. Why? Somebody doesn't have enough money. Who has Ma'aser Sheni, he has assets, but he wants to get a mortgage. So this is a schlechte zach that he's not a steer to the bracha. This is what he has. He wants to use this money to buy a house. Let's say. So this magnet, he didn't pay already. This is maybe it's a default. He defaulted already. This is more of a chassan in the bracha. So mainly that's why the Mishnah only talks about shaloi b'shas voice. That's the mashkin. Comes again the brayz, and not only that, it's the marinon. Even b'shas voice tamei nish. Was nish. So it's not clear to me. The more zokdot on the base and the top. A mashkin oisoi mipnei shekoseh by bracha. Mashkin oisoi versteht jeder. Shaloi b'shas voice. It's coming now. And you didn't pay, and I want to collect from you now. That's felt it's the bracha. He thought he's going to be able to pay for the mortgage. He thought he was going to pay. Yes, Canonish. So they want to take away the house. They said, none of the mashkin. So they give me the mashkin. That's already a kilkel in the zach. So you now do that with Ma'aser, but felt in bracha. So still it's a bracha. Oh, but hidden b'shas havosai. B'shas havosai, he has money, but he doesn't have what you need. He wants to use this money to buy something else with it. So this is felt in bracha. The Gemara doesn't say on hidden. That's a felt in bracha. But the Gemara says you can't do it. They say in the brayz. Now listen, what's the inherent? What's the chassan and what's the hidden? So steht da in the Pnei Moshe. Keitzad im Ashken Noise, the Sefta, Tony Shom lo Mahar Noise, the Parish Osam, ein Mahar Noise, lo Yom Chavei, Helch Meister Zev, Yebi Yodocha, V'ten li Yodov Chulin, the Koshu B'Shas Avosai, Shinosim B'Yodo Elitim Loi Olav Moyes, Oike Yosef Zeh Nikehir, that's called B'Shas Avosai, that's here, not the word Mashkin, Koshu Ein B'Shas Avosai, El Noitim Mimenu B'Shul HaChoiv, Shu Chayiv Loi, those says Mashkin, he's paying off with the Mashkin. Shoin. Over a mashkin over here, let's say mahu. If he was over, he didn't do the halacha. It's over going to miss it. Mi amina on the avocado. Plukte the tani b'tesefta pegim. This is the tshuva state chachin in tesefta. Tesefta agisa beplukte the reisha behepa. Begisa the hachi ikis. Gemuchla come on. We say to the first. Okay, the sheitzach what comes first. Hakapon bus the halacha. So the Gemara says. And he's talking about the Ma'aser Sheni itself, not the money which he was machal on the Ma'aser Sheni. And what said the Getar? And he ate it b'toy schul. He ate it chutz Yirushalayim. Bein b'shoigi, bein b'meizid. Yitzak l'shamayim sheyimchale. Daf bet mechila. But the Baruch, it's not the Zach. Ve'ein et tzarech lahachzir adomim. Doesn't have to give back. He ate money from Ma'aser Sheni. Ma'aser Sheni is passing the chlabira meir. It's a moment gavoya. But b'shoigig ein tzarech lahachzir adomim shehoyu shovim ulaloisin yishlan. The Ma'aser is just by Mezid. Dr. Avoim is shoigig yitzuk l'shmayim. Mezid yad adomim l'mekoyim. Kloim b'shitzarech little domov kifi masha ochel ulaloisin yishlan. You took something from Mama Gavoya, and what do you have to do now? Take under the geld, chulin, stam money, and pay back. Take this money and halois in Yerushalayim. In Yerushalayim. What are you going to do over there in Yerushalayim? It doesn't say that, but L'chai means they will take it to Yerushalayim, not stam taking Yerushalayim and then go home. Take it to Yerushalayim, L'chai, and buy with that macholim. As they did it by Ma'aser, buy macholim. And that's why the whole idea is the more money you have, the more you have to stay in Yerushalayim, and you man tumah liyas Hashem. So man tumah, you see the avodas from the Kahanim, and that's chaplan and the Yerushalayim. So here the Chayre, he has to do the same thing. So this is not by Mezid. This is not by Mezid. But how the Tanakama holds, ben b'shoigig, ben b'Mezid is yitzek l'shamayim. But Rebbe says it's chilik. Shoigig yitzek l'shamayim. If he was a shoigig, it's almost managed to be Tefillah, and Mezid Yazid Dom L'Mekoyim Koyim. So little Dom could be Masha Ochel Oisim Yishlayim. Im Hoya Moed Shemaisa. What happens now? Weiter. Not the etzem macholim from the Ma'aser. Let's go back to the Gemara. 3 lines in the bottom. Im Hoya Moed. If what he took was not the Ma'aser Sheni itself, he took the money which was mechul from the Ma'aser Sheni. In other words, he took the money and exchanged it for money. Now the money is the Ma'aser Sheni. Because that was the din is Shoigig Yitzchak L'Shamayim. Mezid Yazid Dom L'Mekoyim. Is a Mezid you have to be Chayzid Domim, and Shoigig is what is only Yitzchak Tefillah. Divrei Reb Shimon Gamliel. So here Reb Shimon Gamliel is masking already also that it's enough commitment to Shoigig and Mezid. And Mezid is Yazid Domim, even though he holds by the Macholim itself. Halach Reb Shimon Gamliel only Yitzchak L'Shamayim, only Tefillah. Rabbi Yomer ben Shoigig ben Mezid. Here is also he's more machmeh by money than the Macholim. Why is he more machmeh? Balzen the Pnei Moshe. Ben Mishai, Ben Mezid, Yazid Dom L'Mekoyim, he has to take the money, L'Mekoyim, and take it to Yerushalayim. Rav Zikri B'Shem Cheskia, Halacha Ki Rebbe B'Mois, the Halacha bleibt as every Rebbe B'Mois, the Rebbe says by Mois, Sai Shoigig, Sai Mezid, Yazid Dom L'Mekoyim, he has to take the money to the Yerushalayim, or the value of the money which he didn't use the way he was supposed to, Daf Nem Yerushalayim, Rav Shimon Gamliel B'Peiris, Rav Shimon Gamliel holds by Peiris, that what? That's Ben Shoigig, Ben Mezid, the din is Yitzchak L'Shamayim, but it doesn't have a din of Yaz Dom L'Mekoyim. Zok the Pnei Moshe. Rabbi Yomer Shoigig Yitzchak L'Shamayim. Dr. Azoi. Mezid Yaz Dom L'Mekoyim Kloim. Shetzorach little Dom Kifi Masha Ochel Aloisin Yishlayim. V'im Hoyu Mois Shel Ma'aser. Meaning that what? He didn't eat the Ma'aser Sheni. He ate the money which was mechul from Ma'aser Sheni. Shechila Peiris Alayim. He took the Peiris and he exchanged it for money. And because there's too many Peiris to schlap it to Yerushalayim. Now he went, instead of taking it to Yerushalayim, he went and he ate it b'Torah School outside Yerushalayim. Oh, why is it not communication money or machal? Why is it mil chomer by money? There's more zihirus. He should have been more careful. Why? He took these payers from Ma'aser Sheni and he exchanged it for the money. He said, I'm taking the money, I'm taking it to Yerushalayim. And he said, on this money, I'm going to take it to Ma'aser, to Yerushalayim. And he was over on the Mezid. So why is it, this is all Shimon Gamliel, why did Shimon Gamliel say that in the payers itself? But he says because the Peiris is not so chomer. The Peiris is he wasn't mechal the Peiris on the Ma'aser Sheni. He on the money he was Kodesh Shem Ma'aser Sheni. That's what I started. In other words, Ma'aser Sheni could be there's no Kriya Shem. About there's no Kriya Shem of Ma'aser Sheni itself. So Mele doesn't have that chumrah that Yazir Domam Yerushalayim. It doesn't look this, but l'chayah that could be a pshat. Rabbi Yomer the Moy is the Chemiri. He's masking the Moy is more chomer, but he says. Even by Shoigig, he holds that if it's money, he ate the money. He used the money, not Kahilchasa. He has to take it to Yerushalayim. Rav Zika claim it. Rav Zika, the halacha ki Rabbi b'peiros. We paskin like Rabbi b'mois. Means he goes l'chumra, and b'mois decided even by shoygig the din yaz dom l'kaimam. Ukashim gamliel b'peiros, and he paskin like Ukashim gamliel by peiros, and by peiros he says that bein b'shoygig and sai b'mezid is no yitzchak l'shemayim. There's no din yaz dom. Chein omer Rabila, the Gemara next Gemara Rabila, the Ma'aser hoye b'hoye ki Rabbi b'mois. And Hashem will be b'peiros. V'hashta b'inyan haboya dilon. So the Gemara is bringing in this shayla over here. Somebody was over and he ate the money or he ate the peiros of the Ma'aser Sheni. Bringing it to the halacha. What's doing by the mashkin? B'shasavos and shloi b'shasavos. He didn't do shkilchasa. So he wants to be done with these two things. These two isurim. Side if you use the money. Side if you use the machal, or if you use it for a mashkin shloi kilchasa. V'hashta b'inyan haboya dilon. She'over meshkin are hidden. We name it Italian nami beplukta dani tanoi ulechali ben shoyig lemezid. In other words, he leaves you hanging over here. He tells you that what? Do I say that the tshuva is the zelbazach or the nisht? Zog the menafulda. Over madinoi. What's going to be the din if somebody was over? Yova, in other words, doesn't look like it's a knas. Here it looks like he's talking about Dina. What's the din? Yova ye bokizois. Oicha ma'aser sheni shloichus Yerushalayim. Somebody has ma'aser sheni outside Yerushalayim. Is yitzchak l'shemayim mispal v'vakesh slicha al shigose. The Pnei Moshe says mechila. He says slicha. Well, it's close to the same thing. Yazer other if it's amazed. Is other word by moment is yachad dabel no mekaimam lav dafke el kleima yoichel kenegdom Yerushalayim. What says yachad dabel no mekaimam? It doesn't mean dafke he takes the domim el kleima yoichel kenegdom Yerushalayim. In other words, not the dom. In other words, he's bothered by the fact yachad. What says yachad domim? You ate the ma'aser sheni, the money for ma'aser sheni, which is mechul on the peiros on ma'aser sheni. So what do you mean the yachad domim? Now you're taking money. What's that stuff standing guilt? You have to eat. Let's say you had a 10 pounds of Ma'aser Sheni, and he ate up the 10 pounds of Ma'aser Sheni, or he ate up the equivalent of money connected to 10 pounds. So he has to go now in Yerushalayim and eat now 10 pounds in Yerushalayim. Meaning the idea, the truth is to go there to Yerushalayim, the man Timah Yiras Hashem. You have to spend time in Yerushalayim, and by spending time in Yerushalayim, you'll see that way. Look, this is the cheshbon of the Gemara. Agav the Tony B'Sefer, Hay Lishna Nokad Loinami Yochad. What Yazid Domim? It doesn't mean Dafka the Domim. Because in the Sefer we're talking about where you ate the domim. So if you ate the domim itself, then was nafsted them and under the geld and bring that money to Yerushalayim and use that in Yerushalayim. But if he ate the peiros, what's up yasir domim? There's no domim here that he did. He ate peiros. So what you got to do is go in Yerushalayim and eat as much peiros as you ate over here, chutz Yerushalayim, and eat that in Yerushalayim. Outside took him into the chayit to the Yiras Hashem. And if it was what? Not that he ate the peiros, but he used the money. Chutz Yerushalayim, Ma'aser Sheni, become a peiros le'ochlon. It's meiz shiyod behem, sheyesh behem kesef, Ma'aser Sheni. Yazid don't know mekayim. Then you give back the money. Okay. I'm saying the Rash Tzirila. The right side, the 3 lines from the bottom, the right column. He goes in B'shus Bezdin because you can't go by yourself in somebody else's house, take away the mashkin. If somebody has a vote, the Bezdin could go in and give him Rishus to take a mashkin. That's if it was mashkin. Shaloi b'shasa v'osei. After it was a default, he didn't pay on time. Other b'loimen, this is an extra shait in the brayso. Haina afilu b'shasa v'osei. He goes the loiv and he gives money to the malva to give him credit. V'avgav the hosn lo shayich tam the bracha. Oh, so here that is so. The time of the Gemara said on that base, on that follow from the base, the time is als bracha. Because you didn't pay, so you're in default, and now you come to the matziv that he has to take away your money to pay off the default. Das fällt doch in bracha. Those who yochel lahana filu choshesh shebeken. But if he goes now and he has money, but he doesn't have chulun and he has only ma'aser sheni, he wants to use this to let's say to buy something. Afilu yochel, even though it's not a chson in bracha, goze behirin otu mashkin. It doesn't say in the Mishnah ahirin is also. It comes again in the Sefta. And Zukta Rashidillah, the time is otu zeh. The Chama were goes on this. That's hidden That's the next din. In other words, the same halacha is you can't give it to a chemveni, to a storekeeper. So he should give you credit. Lo imeloi ye biyotcha v'ten li olav chulim. You give me on this chulim. V'ata talenu Yushalayim. The storekeeper, he asked the here, and he said, the storekeeper is going to give him back when he'll pay him. This is a mashki. He says, even though he gives him the Ma'aser Sheni, Ma'aser Sheni has a value to it, a certain value. About it's not the same value, but whatever value he has, he wants to use this as a prepayment for what he's going to eat. And he tells him, you know what, not this Ma'aser Sheni, and you'll take it to Yerushalayim. Oy, l'zichen devorim shani eflecha. What does he mean? L'zichen devorim shani eflecha. I'm giving you a mashkin, you hold it, and that's going to remind me that after I owe you money, I'll pay it back. And if not, I guess he takes away the mashkin. That's the pshat.
Instead of shtar.
Was instead of a shtar? Can I say? Over mashkin, over v'hirin. He was over on these two dinim. Kloime. So now the Rash Tzirila tells us pshat here. What's the reason that he has to do this? Yizak l'shemayim or the Yazadoma. Mahu shiknesu bezdin. She yafsid hamois. So din in bezdin. Bezdin, in other words, we abachad din in bezdin. Here there's no din in bezdin, right? Here is you make a deal. The Levi makes a deal with the Malvi. Says, you know what? I'll give you a prepayment, like one pshat in the Rasul, or the other pshat is it's not a prepayment. It's a collateral for what I'm going to eat. But there's feltnish in bracha. Shaitan accepted. It's also also. Oh, and now he said this is a knas bezdin. She yafsid hamois. A knas bezdin. But now, if you do this, you have to be mafsid mois and take other money, take it to Yerushalayim. It's like tanas. Yovekado, koloim tell me then machamaka. Where am I going to know this halacha from? If mashkin or here, I know it from the dinim of here. But oichel ma'aser sheni, the sachabraisa, ma'aser sheni shloy aperis atzmon. First case is he ate the pace itself. Shel ma'aser sheni ochlon b'tois chulin. What does it mean? Tois chulin chutz l'chayme. He's learning pshat over here. The din of lulei suchal lecha b'sherecha. That when is there lav? Only when there was reis pnei abayis. There's no reis pnei abayis. You're not over on the lav. You're over on a say. It's not a say b'sherecha techlena. But he says here pshat is that he was over on a lav, and he's over on a lav. That's when there's knas. Avaloi su the yechel kenegdom. He's saying over here when he ate the paris itself, or when you say yitzchak l'shemayim means that you don't have to eat paris kenegdom. No, it's for the alone. But al dinim mominus, there's no chiyuv over here. Even though you ate up momin shemayim, there's no din milah. There's no al zachem. There's only din yitzchak shemayim. The money yazid domim, that's al knas. The chayid then should be the yitzchak l'shemayim. Dachzan yitzchak shemayim even yazid domim also has to be yitzchak l'shemayim because time you pay back the money doesn't mean the way to get that back. The chayid that you need the tefillah also. But yitzchak l'shemayim, even when you yazir dom l'chayr, shtei nicht. But upon the swara, I would say like that. Mezid yazir dom l'mekaymam. I gotta say for Tony Lord, kloima yochel connected b'shlam. Yochel connected nois na peiris that he ate. He has to take the money to Yerushalayim and spend time in Yerushalayim. V'im hoya mois shepoda peiris b'mois v'osas racham dom v'ochlon. What happens if it wasn't a question? It was over on the peiris. He ate the peiris from the Ma'aser Sheni before the chilul, but he went and after he was machal on the money, and now he has money from Ma'aser Sheni, and that's what he used outside Yerushalayim. The din is yazdal l'mekoyma kloima v'shalim ma'asha ochol l'moiche. Now he took something from the moiche, and he has to pay back the moiche what he ate. V'yitin la'moiche adomim atzmam in lo yisav lo v'yam Yerushalayim. If this domim is still here because he gave the money to the moiche to keep it, and he should use that against credit, that he has taken Yerushalayim. If he doesn't have the money itself, that he used the etzim, the same money, because that has the kedusha's domim on it, and he doesn't have that money to take to Yerushalayim, he takes other money, kenegdom, and he's in Yerushalayim. Oh, but the din is kerebi b'mois. The mois considered like the habalei lemiti. Oh, why is money more chomer than peiris? So the Rashi, because money, he should have been careful. Why? Because he made the Kriya Shem. The Pnei Moshe says he had a Kriya Shem. He had a Kriya Shem. He should know better. He did it himself, and he was paid the peiris on the money. He made a Kriya Shem. So as that, the Chum came and made a knas. If the peiris, iki limiti. It's not so chomer that they have. There's no knas on peiris. Why? Because the peiris, you can make a mistake. But you yourself went and you Kriya Shem on this money that you called the Ma'aser Sheni. Then you go and you eat it. Or use it chutz l'Yerushalayim on the money, so that's a bigger defalcation, so to speak. You should have known better. You made the Kriya Hashem yourself. So that's why we say the money is more chomer than it would be if he ate the payers. Zog the Goin. On the left side, the second line, he gives them money in advance. What's going to be the halacha? You eat, you do it what you're not supposed to do. The same thing if you ate the payers chutz l'ishlam. The halacha ben shoyge ben mezid is yizak l'shemayim on the machal matzav. V'chein adin kan. Same thing on the mashkin. Shasabah shloim misasab adimyan hasheni loho de'ein loitin erev shvius. That's the going to say weiter a problem where he was over on the dinam of shvius, and he went and he ate the plantings 30 days before shvius. The dinam laka paid oisav. V'im lo yaka, and if he didn't, was not oika the payers that he planted 30 days before shvius, omru ein chatchen al gzeida loime sheyifchu apayers. You can't make your own gzeidas. Tachom gelok taknas. We don't have a right to come and make knosses. If not, you can't cancel him in punkt you can't cancel. Now, those interessante Sache, Rabbi say, so we spoke about this a little bit before Yontiv, that Shaitach by Rosh Hashanah, Tefillah, Stocker, Tshuva, and Mavin Roya Gzeira. So you do it in Aveda, but Allah Aveda, Shaitach, Allah Aveda, Rosh Hashanah, you have these three things. And this is what is Mavin Roya Gzeira. And if you look in the Rambam Hilchos Tshuva, we saw the Rambam Hilchos Tshuva, Miseda HaTshuva, it's not three separate things. Tefillah, Stocker, and Tshuva doesn't Mavin Roya Gzeira. Does Midarke HaTshuva, these three things. Now, the Rambam doesn't say over there that's Yitzchak L'Shemayim, that the Ebesh Shemayim doesn't say exactly what the Tefillah is. But those like the Gemara what the Tefillah is, but those statements in the Gemara that you have to have Tshuva, mit Stocker, to take away this average. No, Tefillah line. It's not that. Now, those the Gemara masking with the Bavli halta that you need three things, and that goes on all the Avedas. And this is only pointing out only by this Aveda he's even allowed. So this is the Raisa, and this is the Raisa is looked at in Nishna Knossos. When he's even allowed, that this Tefillah alone is going to help to be misaken the Aveda. So the Grace Machlek is though between the Bavli and the Shalmin. Okay, I get into it, Rabbi say. I want to be more with one Zach, Rabbi say. It's the Pana Zach was heißt Tichid Tzibur. Tichid Tzibur. Tichid Tzibur is the Yushalmi, the Betzim, when you take out two Svarim from the Oren Kodesh, we take out two Svarim at the same time. So I don't say in Yushalmi, you take out only one. Take out what you learn for the regulars, and the Musaf you take out afterwards, not to take it out both at the same time. So the Gemara says, why do we take it out both at the same time? I'll stiche the tzibura. From the Noren Kodesh, put back. It takes 2 minutes, 3 minutes. There's always the bracha of the Sefer Torah. The halach is betzem you have to have the Sefer Torah closed. Why do we what? Why do we close it? I mean, the Sfadim and Ashkenazim different. They go different minhagim here. But the reason is because when we're talking that the Sefer Torah, the brachas, right? The brachas in Sefer Torah. And if you're going to close it and then open it, there's a tichad tzibur. How long does it take to close and open up a Sefer Torah? Wie lang dauert das? A minute? How much does it take? There's a shul in Yishlaim, a famous shul that just redid it now, the Chuva shul. The Chuva shul, they go according to the minig agro. Everything is a minig agro. The Tzimmermans are there, and the opposite is that, in other words, when the first aliyah, the kohen makes the first aliyah, the Levi, when he finishes the bracha, the Levi is there right away to make the bracha. There's not 1 second. Tichad tzibur. Chazal makwa such a zachen tichad tzibur. So kohen and Rabbi say, man soll sehen, dass der Sefer Torah ist aufgemischt. Aufgemischt. A Gemara, man nimmt Torah, ist auf dem Platz. Push that. It's a besoim, bald in the Gemara, it's a besoim für jede Saat war Messer. Nimmt der Gemara, ein Messig auf dem Platz. Zeigen Sie dabei.